into that, let's talk some football because the Steelers owned this week, I feel like. It's been a very up and down week, too. Monday's emotions were different than Thursday's emotions, are different than Friday's. Let's get this out of the way. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be a Steeler. You called it 2 weeks ago. You said you thought he was staying.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal. I think a lot of that had to do with the salary cap going down for this next year, and then I think after that, he's going to test free agency, and he feels like he can get more money. It's good. It works out both ways.
Yeah, if he has a bigger year, and Steelers, too, another benefit, they have a lot more money next year to sign him. Yeah. So, but before we get too much into Juju, let's just start at the beginning because a lot happened this week. So day one of free agency, Dupree to the Titans. We kind of knew he was going to go. I hate seeing him go to the Titans.
We expected that. I think a lot of people felt he was going to go. He got paid.
He did get paid. I would like to see him leave the AFC, though.
Yeah, it'd be better if he was out of the AFC, but yeah. I got nothing against him. He played well when he was here. He was good. I got to get that money. It's generational wealth.
Generational wealth. You got that right.
Hey, if you're in the NFL, you got to make as much as you can while you can.
I mean, we knew he was going to leave. It's still... Yeah. I felt like I felt this more than a lot of other players, and we'll get into that. Let's go over a few of these other ones first, because I think my feelings are based on the overall offseason. Cam Sutton, someone the Steelers did bring back. So that's a good signing. And I think they signed him to maybe step up and replace Mike Hilton, because Mike Hilton went to the Bengals. Another in-division signing. So a lot of people think he won't be as good without Joe Hayden next to him. Still hate to see him in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he was a good player. He was great. I think we'll find another. He wasn't game changing. He was solid.
He was streaky. He had ups and downs. He has games where he was really good, and he had a lot of games where he was laying on the field.
Yeah, he was coached up. He was a good player. I mean, it's all right. I don't think it's a huge dent to the defense. I think losing Bud Dupree's way bigger.
Much bigger. And big chance for Cam Sutton to step up here, too.
Yeah. Corner's a place we needed to get some help anyway, so.
Yeah. Zach Banner, my man, is back. I felt like he was going to be back because that man loves Pittsburgh more than anybody. And They brought him back. I think that's he was doing really good. Unfortunately, he only played, I don't know how many games this year. He got injured really early. He may have only played 2 or 3 games, so I'm excited to see a full season, hopefully, of Zach Banner. A big shock for me, I think a lot of people expected it to free up some cap, was terminating Vince Williams.
He was a good player. I mean, he's not a superstar, but he was a loyal guy.
He was very loyal. He's another player that I feel like really represents Steeler football.
Yeah, I like him.
And that one hurt me too.
But he had a big cap hit with him, so.
Yeah.
It was necessary.
It's just tough because he was a Steeler. I felt like he's one of those players that really represents Steeler defense. He's obviously, like you said, he's not a superstar, but I feel like he's a great part of that defense. Probably great in the locker room. That's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one. And finally, Steve Nelson was given permission to seek a trade, which was kind of shocking.
I'd heard rumors that he was going to do that he wanted to.
That's interesting. And I don't know. I've seen different stories on it. I've seen some people say it was to free up cap for Juju, and the Steelers just gave him permission before they cut him. Yeah. Some people say it was him requesting it. I don't know what the story is, but that was kind of shocking to me.
Yeah, free agency, it's fun. Let's see. Hopefully we get more players. Hopefully we can get somebody.
Again, if you're watching us today, you survived the bloodbath because especially defense, every day someone's leaving. Vince Williams gets cut. Steven Nelson, permission to seek trade. What the heck?
Yeah. Steelers don't normally make a lot of moves in free agency, so my bar isn't set very high, but it'd be nice to see us grab somebody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not shocking. This is what they do. It just hurts to see everyone walk away which is kind of like what I was talking about with Bud Dupree, how I felt it more than I felt free agents
Yeah.
in the past. I don't think it's necessarily Bud Dupree. I think it's like when you think of great Steeler defenses, I felt like we got a lot of years, like that defense in the early 2000s, Troy Polamalu, Joey Porter. I feel like we were watching those guys for almost a decade. And it feels like with this defense, we just got good for like 2 or 3 years, and then now everyone's leaving.
Outside linebackers have been big. We've had good ones over and over. And then all the teams that we've had that have made the Super Bowl, and we've had good outside linebackers.
Good outside
James
linebackers,
Harrison.
but I felt like we got to watch that team in the early 2000s forever. Like I felt we watched
Yeah.
Troy, Joey Porter, James Harrison, a decade it felt like. I don't know how long it actually was, but this
I
team
thought
just got good
TJ
2 years ago.
TJ Watt and Bud Dupree were the next great combo, but
And it only lasted. That's what hurts the most. It feels like we just got good Steelers defense again, and now we don't know what it's going to be next year.
money talks.
Money does talk.
And the Steelers have had cap issues for a while, and this is when it hits them. They can't offer the same as other teams.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure, some of these guys, I'm sure if Bud Dupree would have got a similar offer from the Steelers, he was staying.
Yeah, he would stay. That's true.
But
that's kind of shocking to me too, because I feel like there's a lot of teams that are really stacked and are spending money. I mean, the Patriots, of course, the Patriots didn't have anybody this year. The Patriots are out here like Oprah. Everyone in the audience gets a contract.
Steelers had a lot of years where they restructured a lot of contracts, and you restructure the contracts, you put the salaries on the signing bonuses and stuff on the back end, and now that time's got to come when
they're all hitting when you get good.
Eventually, you got to have it. I mean, we had years when we were stacked, when we had Le'Veon, Antonio Brown, Big Ben. Our offensive line was
definitely
Pouncey, Villanueva, Castro. I mean, on and on.
But unfortunately, our defense was struggling those years.
The defense wasn't the best. The defense was getting older, and they now they got a good defense, but the offense, got to put it together. Get offense and defense.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. So I guess the big news then, which we said, Juju, the fire the odds, is back in Pittsburgh. You said you thought he'd be back. I thought he was at the door for sure. I was 99% he's gone.
I don't believe a lot of the media. They create a lot of controversy for nothing.
Well, yeah, but it's even with he was liking, like you pointed out last time, the tweet about him not being in Pittsburgh. His Twitch stream said free man. It did not look like a man that was coming back.
The word was he had a $11 million offer around there from Kansas City and like a $14 million offer, or $13 million offer from the Ravens. And he turned them down. He came back. And I think they were
Patrick Mahomes and more money to come back to Pittsburgh.
Well, I think that was a multi-year deal, and he turned it down because he feels like he can get more when the salary cap is higher.
I don't know. I think I have to double check. I think the KC and Ravens were both 1 year as well.
Were they? I don't think Ravens was.
Philly gave him a multi-year deal, which he turned down.
Maybe, but oh well. I don't blame him. Good. I would have disliked him if he went to Baltimore. Kansas City, I guess.
Bad. Kansas City as a wide receiver, that's tough to turn down, you'd think.
Yeah, but he's not going to be the top guy there.
No, but
Tyreek, I think Mecole Hardman, he's up and coming. He's going to be a big guy.
Is he the top guy in Pittsburgh?
I don't know.
Pittsburgh's kind of offense by committee, at least last year. No one really stepped up.
And was coming on big.
Deontay Johnson.
He
was the number one guy before he got hurt.
Those two were out playing.
Yeah.
Juju.
Juju's a tough down guy, though. He's the guy you go to when no one else can get the ball.
Make it, make some plays. Get big, get yourself more money, have a great year.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting, like I said, these young wide receivers look good last year. It could be a big year for the offense again. And then the defense, we don't know what we got because a lot of people walked. Big chance for people to step up. Be interesting. Very interesting.
Well, opportunities to step up for other players, new players.
Yeah. Also, they signed minor note Joe, I think Haig is how you say his name. Offensive line, who's famous for dropping that pass in the Super Bowl. His claim to fame. Yeah. So who's available, though? Free agency is definitely signed down. We might see a lot of teams waiting to draft before any of these other guys really start getting signed. Who else could you put on the Steelers' radar?
I don't know. I think a lot of the big time guys are out. The Patriots made a lot of moves.
A lot of
with free
moves.
agency.
Richard Sherman probably too expensive,
He's kind of older.
and he's
I
old.
think he's similar like Joe Hayden.
Villanueva still free agent.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton too expensive.
Deshaun Jackson just signed with the Rams. He was an older guy, but he was a decent. He's a kind of big play receiver. Somebody we could have used. Vertical threat. But he's probably too expensive. We're limited. I think looking at the draft. I don't know. We're not going to spend a lot of money on wide receiver.
Wide receiver's good.
None.
We need running back.
Corners.
Adrian Peterson's still out there.
Still hoping.
I wouldn't mind it to see him in maybe a draft. Le'Veon Bell, still out there.
Come home.
Could he be looking at a cheap 1-year deal?
Hey, I think he should. He's got a good opportunity if he wants to come back here.
Yeah. We got no one right now. So he was not the number one guy in KC. He didn't get a lot of time from what I saw when I watched him. Hey, Larry Fitzgerald, an old guy who could come in and help out the wide receivers.
He's not going to do anything for
you. I always wanted to see him in Pittsburgh for some reason.
In his prime days, he's not going to do much for you now.
Hey, I can have hope. Yeah, not a lot. I guess we're looking to the draft. Gonna need some defense. Gonna need a running back.
Yeah.
I think free agency's chilled out. We'll see what happens this week, though. I don't know. No defense.
We'll see.
We'll see.